Hello everyone. In this session, I'm going to explain about GitHub and GitHub Copilot. If you are a working professional or you a student, still for everyone this GitHub is very useful because we can maintain our personal code and also maintain some repos in here. So along with this GitHub, the latest feature GitHub Copilot is very useful to write the code using the AI. Because nowadays everything is implementing using the AI part. So this Copilot helps a very lot. Before jumping into the Copilot, just I want to explain about the features comes under this GitHub. Let me show this platform. So under platform, these are the features available in the GitHub. First one is the GitHub Copilot. So using this one, you can integrate this Copilot in any of the IDEs like Visual Studio Code, IntelliJ. So it is very helpful for the developers. Just giving some commands or prompts, you can easily develop the application. So I will talk more about this GitHub Copilot in detail. Next one is the GitHub Spark. It is also one of the future feature of the GitHub, and it is a more advanced AI features. Using this one, we can develop more advanced things. Coming to the GitHub models, there are some specific agents and models. Using this one, it develops different kind of applications or code. So based on the model selection, it gives different types of result. Coming to the MCP registry, it is nothing but if you want to connect to some other tools or framework, it is very useful. Okay. And what about the actions? GitHub actions is nothing but if you want to write a pipeline or you want to automate the build the application and deploy to the dev, test and prod, using this GitHub action, you can automate the process. And what is this code spaces? Spaces is nothing but the environment. For example, if you want to run your application in your local, we set up all in our local machine to run the application. Instead of running it on locally, if you want to run in the cloud, you can use this code spaces. It is helpful if you are working with multiple people, so they can use easily without setting their environment setup in the local. And we can also track the issues. Is there any existing issues in the GitHub? You can track, and we can also inform if you found any issues. Coming to the code review. Code review also very important feature, because as a newcomer or a fresher, if you write any code, you want to validate whether you have written the code well or not. Just you can create a pull request. Based on that, senior people review the code and suggest if any changes are required. And about the application security, most of the large scale applications pay more attention for the security, because nowadays everything is hacking. So they were easily inject some code into our applications. So to avoid that one, there are some features available, security features available in GitHub. So once you committed the code, the GitHub automatically scans the code and give the suggestions. Is there any vulnerabilities in your code, and what actions you can code to fix that thing. And coming to the resources, I like this part because in this resources part, the GitHub explains by writing some articles about each topic. For example, if we click on this software development, these are topics. GitHub provided some articles on this, and these articles are very latest, and it is useful for the students as well as working professionals. For example, software architecture. So before implementing the application, how to architect that thing. And also like prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is nothing but how to give instructions to the AI, I mean GitHub Copilot, to get the more accurate result. So that is part of the prompt engineering. And also the IDEs, like, so to write the code and run the code, we use some IDEs like Visual Studio Code and Eclipse. So it explains like which IDEs are better and how to use that IDEs. And also the version control. Version control is nothing but by using the GitHub, we commit the code. And if you want a new feature on that one, so you can create some new branch and commit the code. So it explains how it works. So all these topics are very important for the developers, and also it is up to date and latest features are available in this article. If you go through these articles, it is very helpful to develop the robust applications. Okay. Under resources, all these topics are available, so you can go through it to get more knowledge about AI, software development, DevOps, and remaining topics. Coming to the solution, this GitHub provide solution for not only individuals, it also provide solution for the medium and large scale application. Okay. And so as an individual you can maintain repos, but for the enterprise level you need to give some access to the more number of employees for that one. So that kind of features are also available in this GitHub. About this app modernization, DevSecOps DevOps is nothing but automating the process. DevOps is nothing but once we develop the something, how we can automate this thing. So if you write the pipeline, it automatically build the application, then it deploy to the dev, then test, then finally it goes to the production, then the operations team can monitor the application. DevSecOps is nothing but including security part in the pipeline also. For example, in large scale applications, we have some code scans like SAST scan and SCS scans. It means those tools scan the code which you have written and provide is there any vulnerabilities in that code. So it identifies that vulnerabilities and gives some suggestions how we can resolve those things. So that kind of features also available in this GitHub. Then coming to the open source. Open source is nothing but you can sponsor some users of the GitHub. So that facility is also available in these things. Okay, coming to the enterprise level. As I said earlier, this GitHub also very useful for the large scale application. It provides some advanced security features and also the GitHub Copilot for the business. So more advanced features also available for the enterprise level. Coming to the pricing. So for the individual users, we can use as a free, but for the small or medium scale organizations, they can choose this one to get some more features of the GitHub. And for the enterprise or large scale application, you can completely avail all features of this GitHub. So these are the price available from the GitHub. So this is all about the GitHub. So in the next session, I'm going to explain about what is GitHub Copilot and how it is useful. Using that one, how we can develop the application with small knowledge on the coding. Thank you.